Hi, everybody. So, how many of us sit more than about 4 hours a day? I know I do. And I have a much better situation than I used to when I taught public school. So, today, this video is for you if you sit a lot. This is something you can do throughout your day a couple of times a day. So, we're just going to start in Tadasana. You don't even need to roll out your mat. You want to connect to the floor as much as possible. So, take your socks off if you can. We're going to take our feet hip distance apart. So we're going to lift all 10 toes here. Now, as you're lifting the toes, you're keeping the toe mounds pressed against the floor. So you get your big toe mound, your inner heel, your pinky toe mound, and your outer heel. And you're going to feel the arches just lift and hover. And then let the toes come down and let your knees be soft. So a lot of times we'll see people that lock through their legs, and that pushes the butt back, arches the low back. We don't want that. We want nice, soft knees here. Then we're thinking about our landmarks again, our pubis to belly button space. We're just going to lift that pubis up toward the belly button like an inch, very small amount. And then you're going to imagine somebody's hugging your hips together energetically. The hips hug to midline. The arms hang down. We're going to relax the space between the shoulders and ears. So as you close your eyes, feel as if you have strings on the tips of your ears pulling you up, lengthening through the neck. And now feel the weight shift a little too far forward. And then return to your 4 points. And then too far back. And return to your 4 points. So cultivating your pure breath here. Feeling the inhale and exhale match. No pausing, gasping, or jerking. As you lengthen the inhale, make sure the exhale can come into that same length of breath. So now we're going to take that pure breath and we're going to move with it. So on the inhale, we're going to stay rooted through the feet as we draw the arms up. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the arms down. The breath is the driving vehicle of your movement. The inhale lifts the arms, the manubrium starts to lift. And on the exhale, the arms come back down. Matching the movement with your breath, staying really connected to your feet. The inhale lifts. And the exhale lowers the arms down. Relaxing the jaw, draw the arms up on an inhale. We're in no rush. Stay connected through the feet. Notice the range of motion from both sides, exhaling arms down. The shoulders are relaxing away from the ears. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. And then just pause here for a moment. Notice the way your body feels after that movement. Where are the 4 points of your feet? Notice how it feels in your knees, the space between the shoulders and ears. Find your breath. Now we're going to take a moment and we're going to turn to show you chair pose. So in Utkatasana, in chair pose, we're going to be showing how to bend the knees and sit back into the heels. So when we're doing this position, so we're going to lift all 10 toes, spread them wide, feel the arches float. You've got those 4 points of contact, the big toe mound, inner heel, pinky toe mound, outer heel. So what we want to think about is the pubis coming toward the belly button just a little bit. So when I do that movement, that very subtle movement, what it does is it engages my deep core line, and then I relax it. Now, if I were just pushing it up to my belly button, this is like a tuck your tailbone posterior thing. Not at all what I'm looking for. So relax that. And now just feel that very subtle, energetic lift of the pubis toward the belly button. Then I'm imagining somebody squeezing my hips toward the center of my spine. So I have this nice, strong engagement here. And what we're trying not to do is, especially if you're extra lordotic, which means your back muscles are really contracted a lot all the time, you're not trying to use that to sit back. So we're trying to sit back with our weight distribution, keep the hips hugging to midline here, and not pitch forward with the chest, and then come up. So we're going to practice this a few times because I want you to keep a finger on your manubrium, the space between your chest and your pubis. And I want you to think about, as you're coming back, you're keeping these from scooping in. Okay, so we're just nice and long in the spine and stay rooted through the feet. So just play with this a few times. Don't worry about going too far. Just notice how it feels in the hips. Okay, notice if you can go back without lifting the toes and feeling really unbalanced. And then come back to neutral when you're ready. Take a moment to find your breath. On your next inhale, we're going to sit back in our chair as we draw the arms up. On the exhale, we press through the feet, extend the legs, arms down. On the inhale, we sit back and draw the arms up. On the exhale, we press through, bring the arms down. We're in no rush here. The inhale begins as you lift and sit back. The exhale begins as you extend through the legs and brings the arms down. Continue with your breath. Try to keep the jaw soft, the shoulders relaxed. Feel the back line and the hips lifting you back up. One more. Notice you're wanting to try harder or go deeper. And then just take a few shoulder rolls here. Lift up your 10 toes. Actually, before you do that, let's just do a couple of knee pumps before we go to our last piece. So on this one, what we're going for with the transition is when we bring our arms up and we sit back in our chair, we're going to exhale, hinging from the hips. I'm not going to get straight legs because my hamstrings are tight and my arms come back. So I'm staying connected through my feet and legs to switch from one position to the other. So as I exhale, I call this skier stance. I'm still thinking about my hips hugging to midline. Okay, so practice a few of those. And then we're going to do it with breath for a few. So reestablish that connection with your feet. Lift up all 10 toes, spread them wide, and then feel the 4 points as the toes come down. Find your breath. Nice lengthened spine, no tension between the top and bottom rows of the teeth. On the inhale, we're going to sit back in our baby chair, arms up. On the exhale, you're lengthening through the legs, you're hinging forward, the arms draw back. On the inhale, you sit in your chair and draw the arms up. On the exhale, you lengthen through the legs, stand over the 4 points of your feet. Nice straight spine. Inhale into our chair, arms up, hips hug to midline. On the exhale, the hips continue to hug to midline as we square up over the feet. Don't worry about straightening the legs. Inhale, chair, extending through the spine, manubrium lifts. Exhale, squaring through the 4 points of your feet. One more. Feel the control when you use your muscles. And notice your tendency to rush. Next inhale, back to our little chair. And on the exhale, bringing the arms back down as you stand. Closing your eyes for just a moment or two as you feel your body in this position, maybe bouncing through your knees, noticing the connection of your feet to the floor. Now you've just become aware of your body for a short time in your day of sitting. I hope this feels good. Namaste.